The Asmongold ban situation has gone nuclear. I guess I would call this the double standard of Twitch. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Asmongold situation. As I'm sure most of you are already aware, he has been once again banned on Twitch. This appears to be a temporary suspension, so it'll likely end up being a 1 to 2 week vacation for Asmongold from Twitch. And in the meanwhile, he's probably going to stream on other platforms like Kick and or YouTube. But the reason...
Wait. Like when it comes to Asmongold and getting suspended on Twitch, like this is pretty much like the standard of Twitch where like Asmongold makes so much goddamn money on Twitch, even like it will become like very stupid if they just like permanently ban Asmongold off of Twitch. And you know, like probably like if that's the case where like Asmongold would get permanently banned off of Twitch and like he'll never stream on Twitch ever again, like holy shit, like they're pretty much like losing like their golden goose at this point if they do that, because you know like he's been like multi-stream with other platforms, and you know what, this like right now, like this is pretty much his contingency plan or backup plans if ever like one platform isn't good enough for you.
His ban is something that is never provided by Twitch. They never give specific reasons, so people had to start digging. And the clip everyone is talking about is this one right here. We're going to listen to a little bit of it. For context, he is talking about a situation in Spain where tens of thousands of illegal immigrants have poured into their borders completely unchecked. And then a viewer brings up a hypothetical based on that, and this was his answer that has gone viral.
You mean you shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them. They're going to stop coming over. Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over. And then they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works. That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals.
Damn.
It's just the way it is. They're savages. Absolute fucking savages. Hamas tactics, yeah, terrorists. Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it. But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man. Like, that's the way it is. People are too emotional to see that. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, it's... You can't make decisions that way. And I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit, unemotional. I wish we had more people like me. I do. I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies that are too worried about the optics of something rather than the reality of it.
Now, Asmongold himself has...
You know what? Like sometimes that I would consider like especially when Asmongold gives his takes, like sometimes like I would disagree because like a little bit too extreme, or basically like not in the interest of everyone. Because like for me, like I really prefer like having a little bit of a solution where like both sides can have something out of it, instead of just one side getting like one side get everything and then the other, you know. In the case of, you know, like the reason why Asmon got banned, you know what, I all I can say is that it's a common tactic at this point where like when it comes to, you know, oh my gosh, when it comes to like border control, like people would like change their tactics or change their approach when it comes to you know, like jumping over the fence and just, you know, go around. Like there's a lot, like they already done a lot of things, especially like going go by sea, go by underground, or basically like go somewhere at the fence, look for some possible breaches, exploit that breach, and just go, just go in. And like when, especially with the tactics using like women and children, because because of optics, where like, oh no, like do not do them, or do not harm them, because like they're innocent. But on like in hindsight, it's pretty much like part of their plan, because they're gonna use sympathy, or pretty much like weaponize sympathy and empathy to let them in. And then like it's pretty much like a slow but sure way to have them inside your country. It's a like that's one of the methods or tactics that somehow works, because they're just using a part of human emotions.
Even admitted in that clip that this was an extreme response. But again, it's his answer to a hypothetical. He is not running out there cheering on these actions and wanting people, including border control, to go after children and do stuff like that. But of course, it's a very nuanced conversation, and you know where nuance never dies. It's Twitter, right? Oh, nope. So people are framing what he said as Asmongold just wanting children to be mass ended, right? Of course, taking it out of context, because the take itself is something I think a lot of people would criticize, right? But they can't help themselves. They have to take it out of context or go the next level to try to make it look worse for him. And then you start understanding the kind of people making these posts. This is the same person virtue signaling about this, who just only a few years ago said they're going to put estrogen in the candy of random children who look like their parents are Trump supporters. And also, just 2 weeks ago, was defending Mao's Great Leap Forward, saying it maybe ended around 40 million people by accident, though. Like, unironically.
How? Huh? What the fuck? The Great Leap Forward, maybe checked out early around 40. Wait, what is it like? 40 million, largely by accident. How could you? You cannot do that by accident. What the fuck is this logic?
Mao Zedong and acting like what happened was an oopsie whoopsie. That gives you an idea of the type of people who are really mad about this. Again, they can't even criticize the actual points. They have to make an even more extreme version of what he said to justify it. But people aren't happy, not necessarily about the ban. They think the ban is not enough because it appears to be a temporary one. So you can see people saying should be a permanent ban. It should be permanent. We've had enough of his stuff. Here's another one in all caps. Make it permanent, you cowards. He is teaching young men to be terrorists. He's teaching them that unarmed children should be ended. Blood will be on your hands when the next terrorist sprays an immigrant family because of his words.
Bro. Holy shit, man. What the fuck is this user? You saying that while Twitch has this called double standards, where like they'll just pick and choose, even if like their past deeds are so controversial that even if like doing one of the most like they guaranteed bad things doesn't guarantee you to get a perma ban on Twitch. Like we got like the most well-known example, which is Hassan, where like he's done a lot of, like, he said a lot of things, done a lot of things, and he's not banned. Like, probably he will get like suspension for a week, and that's it. And like bro, like what the fuck? Like at this point, man, like if I know Twitch at this point, they never ban streamers, especially big streamers that makes a lot of money. Asmon alone, like he's pretty much making a lot of money for Twitch, and it'll be the most brain dead move if Twitch just perma ban him outright. Same goes for Hassan. Like they already knew that political theater would create them more revenue to keep them afloat. And if Twitch absolutely bans them both, or either way, like either Asmongold or Hassan, like they will just ban them. They pretty much like losing their golden goose. Yeah. So given that pretty much right now Twitch just give them a slap on the wrist for a 1 week suspension, and that's it. Only suspensions that that they will get no bans, because if they banned, no money for Twitch.
I mean, it sounds like for a second there they were describing a Hassan Piker stream, but also you see the lengths they're going now. They're trying to say if something happens, it's Asmongold's fault because he's been teaching them this stuff. I mean, to say that's a stretch is an understatement, but on top of that, it's so ironic that they're gearing up to blame
and when they say Asmon teaching them, yo, we got Hassan going to universities, or I don't know, give a feature presentation in front of university students. That is absolutely teaching them. Am I wrong?
Future events on Asmongold, when just in the last 2 weeks alone, a Hassan Piker fan just got arrested for harassing and threatening a politician, which is exactly what Hassan encourages his audience to do. No self-awareness whatsoever. But of course, people point that out to the original poster saying, why are you describing Hassan? And they say, you are a leech on society's resources.
Bruh.
What a great comeback. That right there is a true Hassan viewer. No counter argument.
Fucking folded.
Just straight to insults. Amazing stuff. But of course, more people are unsatisfied with the length of the ban, or at least what appears to be the length of the ban, saying, unless it's a permaban, I don't give a F. Twitch has allowed this unwashed, smelly cockroach, white supremacist, brain-dead
buzzwords
Asmongold to spew his extremism with little to no pushback. Perm or shut up. This is the funny thing, these people still want to support Twitch, despite the fact that they're publicly claiming they're hand-in-hand collaborating with what they just described as a literal Nazi. You still support that platform as long as they permaban him at some point, but if they give him a temporary, that's a little too much. You're not going to stop using the platform, but many such cases here.
Yeah,
but
in many such cases where if Twitch goes this and that, not banning streamers, and then you got these weirdos that really wants to oh yeah, ban this person, ban that person because we don't like their content, they're a blah blah blah, buzzwords. Bro, you're not the you are not the CEO here. You're not that very important that holy shit, man. You just comes in and just just ban him or we will walk. Ban him or we walk. All right, bye. Where though? By the next hour you'll just come back and just watch Hassan. It never ends. This clown shit never ends, where people will just do a airport announcement no, we leaving because we don't like your platform anymore, and then give them enough time and then they'll just come back. Not very consistent of what you're saying right now. Yikes.
But, of course, here's some more quotes saying, okay, but is this subhuman roach actually permanently banned or temporarily banned? Because I do not care if it's temporary. Here's another one saying, never unban him, put him in jail. Oh, we're going to the next level right here. They're going to put someone in jail over words now. Here's another quote from Kongman Lee saying, banned for telling the truth because he's moderately right-wing. But if you electrocute your dog, commit crimes on stream, or celebrate 9/11, nothing happens to you. Twitch, your bias is so obvious. Well, Twitch would be without standards if they didn't have their double standards, of course. But with this news, the Hassan stans are in a state of pure ecstasy, posting the cringiest fan cams I've ever seen in my life. Could you have found any other clip where he's not wearing a maid dress? Like, what? But of course, Hassan weighs in with the classic response to people they don't like getting suspended on places like Twitch, and of course he had something to say about this in
You know what? I know for a fact that Hassan would celebrate this, getting temporarily suspended. But if we're gonna talk about real shit, or we're gonna talk about the facts, Hassan doesn't want Asmon to be perma-banned, or just basically not stream ever again, because for years they haven't they're at war, making content off of each other. So if Asmon is done with streaming, done with content creation, or pretty much done with talking about different topics, Hassan would lose his his content farm, because for real, both of them are just making content off of each other. So if Asmon's gone, it'll be detrimental to Hassan's when it comes to content and reacts to what Asmon is saying, because Asmon is no more.
Many different clips, but we're going to play just one where not only does he call Asmongold's community a bunch of animals, he also basically says that, well, because of what Asmongold is doing, they have no empathy, and also he's a walking TOS violation.
All the comments and the hater replies are about you. Yeah, of course. As soon as Asmongold gets banned, you already know. Twitch ban. They deserved it. Blame Hassan. They didn't deserve it. Blame Hassan. You already know what's up. Anytime this kind of thing happens, his community immediately start brigading everything. I'm just going to show you exactly what we suspect is the reason why he got banned, because it can be a million different things. It could be so many different things, because he is a TOS violation, a walking terms of service violation machine for the most part, but it's most likely the advocacy that he was engaging in about murdering migrant children. It's about undocumented migrants or just refugees as animals while simultaneously advocating to slaughter them. You're worse than an animal. You're worse than an animal. If you, the thing that separates man from the rest of the animals is the capacity to feel empathy.
It's actually really funny to hear Hassan call anyone an animal. That feels like a threat, because we've seen how he...
Yeah. If we're all animals, and then Hassan comes in with the shock collar, oh, hell no. Says you, man. Hassan is pretty much the ultimate version of a walking TOS. Living, breathing, walking TOS that for some reason he never gets banned for any of them. How the fuck?
Treats animals, so those are some threatening words, but of course, calling anyone else, including Asmongold, a walking TOS violation. This response right here is all you need to know. People blame you because of the hypocrisy of Twitch. Here's a 20-minute compilation of you breaking Twitch TOS, to which you don't get banned. Yeah, I mean, I've seen this actual 20-minute compilation before. I've played some segments of it. It is actually insane, especially when you look at the sort of full scene of everything he's done over the years. I mean, it's not just a few things. It's literally dozens upon dozens upon dozens. In fact, just recently, Walking TOS Violation describes his new 9/12 framed newspaper, saying, "You might have noticed some changes behind me. I finally framed the Cutie Cinderella newspaper from the morning of 9/12, the newspaper that covered 9/11. I moved the North Korea poster up in its place of the fan art," which of course that fan art was furry fan art of Hassan wearing a poopy diaper. Yeah, he finally covered that up. It's been up forever, but he recently got made fun of for it, so then he covered it up again. This is also a guy who, like, calls people horrendously slanderous things over fictional content, but has that hanging up on his wall. Disturbing, to say the least, but there's another aspect to this that I think is interesting. You can see this quote saying, "Well, this time, I guess Kaise will be pregnant with his children. They'll be getting a $5 million mansion and a few maids. Well played, Twitch. Thank you for fixing my homeboy's life," which is a sort of meme that's been coming out every time Asmongold is banned on Twitch. He goes and improves his life, whether it's like cleaning up his room or his house or getting some health-related things taken care of. And this time, who knows with the new girlfriend, right? So what was her response to all this? Well, she's been posting more selfies, basically saying, like, "I don't care, everyone shut up." And people go into the replies like this, saying, "Your ugly, unwashed boyfriend advocates for ending children." And she simply replies, "Based." And then the original poster says, "You're pathetic." You can literally see the steam coming out of this user.
Man, holy shit. Bro, at this point, man, where like Kaise is pretty much a collateral, especially like, you know, like with the recent news of I don't know, like with the unofficial confirmation of them dating, but there's always gotta be collateral when it comes to association, especially when it comes to association with big streamers. And you know what, like Kaise can just farm them whenever she wants, because these haters would just comes in and starts, you know, starts some weird shit. Might as well farm him, and then get that Twitter money.
Ears, but yeah, she is once again trolling people on Twitter. It seems like a very appropriate response for someone who is dating Asmongold, kind of what you would expect. But anyways, there was an update provided by Asmongold on a Discord post right here, where you can see a lot of questions about your ban. Got anything we can tell people in the server? Let me think. Just that I'll make a video about it when I can, and that I had something completely unrelated happen that requires my full attention. What that is, who knows? People think it's a new house or something else involving his new girlfriend, but whatever it is, he will be eventually making a video talking about this situation. And of course, people are fuming in the replies to the simple update post, saying, "Took bro 30 minutes to come up with that BS. No wonder he's too scared to debate Hassan, who would manhandle him in a debate. Also, Hassan would beat him in a wrestling match, or MMA, or boxing too. I don't think anyone can doubt that, like, Asmon is, like, really weak and fragile."
Yo, that's gotta be the long... Yo, just... Holy... That's one of... Bro, like, yo, spit out the schlong for a minute. Holy fuck! Damn, that what is this? A freaking fan fiction? Oh my god! Like, Hassan will beat Asmongold in a 1-on-1 wrestling match, and Hassan will become will be victorious. I swear. Yeah. because Asmon is weak and fragile, and he'll be too weak to stand against the mighty Hassan. Yeah. Bro, wrong site, man, wrong site. If you want to write fan fictions, do not post that on Twitter.
Like, this guy's literally writing a fan fiction. Like, his fan fiction of Hassan manhandling Asmongold's getting a little too descriptive, okay? But this is the average Hassan fan right here. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the situation. Given the very controversial nature of all this, I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to think about this in the comment section down below. But for now, that's going to do for this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving the video a like, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads, as well as multiple streams every week live here on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, great video from Rev. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for Asmon's video, talk about things. Probably he's gonna talk about, like, you know, like why he said that. Like, I'm already gonna predict that, it's gonna be a blurry video, him talking about his stance, and probably like a little bit of a health update as well, because yeah, like this suspension will serve him well, because he cannot like stream, right? I mean, he can stream on Kick, probably on YouTube, but I guess like you know what, I guess it's like YouTube is okay. Like he doesn't like watch a lot of original content on YouTube, but besides the point, like he can stream like in multiple platforms, and like he can just like improve his life. Like, like it's pretty much like a meme where once Asmon's back, like he got like a clean house, fashion clothes, like he's wearing good clothes now, shaved his beard, absolutely has a freaking jawline now, he has a family now. You know what? I think that with all that, with that case, I think Twitch is, made a good move to make Asmon do some other stuff besides, streaming for, I don't know, like for how many gosh darn hours. No, let the Roach King improve himself.